We will respond to the threat of climate change, knowing that the failure to do so would betray our children and future generations.
You said this will become Obama's pipeline. You're
Yes.
a Democrat.
I'm a Democrat, and I tell you what, our president, my beloved president, has said he wants to be this climate champion. You heard that beautiful speech he gave at the inauguration. But then what happens? We say we're going to do this pipeline. This stuff is tar. You go to Canada, it's tar as far as the eye can see. So what you've got to do is you've got to process it up there, get the sand out, put chemicals in just to get it to move. The problem is then when it leaks, it doesn't behave like oil. Oil floats. You can't clean up tar. Kalamazoo, Michigan, there was a pipeline trying to move that stuff. That is pipe-eating goo. That is not oil. And that pipeline cracked, and when that stuff hit the water, nobody knew what to do with it. And so now we spent almost $1 billion. It's been 4 years, and the Kalamazoo River may never come back. That's from one leak. This is not oil. This is a pipe-eating, planet-cooking, water-fouling goo that nobody knows what to do with.
It would help the United States become more energy independent, if you will, less dependent on oil from the Middle East, shall we say.
There's a myth that says this oil is going to come to the United States, give us a lot more oil here. That's a myth. It's going through the United States to China. You might ask the question, why don't they just pipe it out of Canada as opposed to pipe it through the U.S.? Nobody in Canada wants this stuff because they've seen spill after spill after spill. And we're going to shoot it across America's farmland and America's waterways. Why? So a foreign corporation who has made no promises to sell any of it to us can get it to the global market, mainly China. This does not make sense for America. And as a Democrat, I'm begging for somebody to stop this crazy thing.
Thousands and thousands of well-paid construction jobs. A lot of people think your concerns are way, way overblown.
You're talking about 35 permanent jobs, 35, and 3,900 temporary jobs. Now, I'm not saying anything negative about temporary jobs. 6 months job is better than no job at all. But you're going to risk farmland and water and giving dirty energy to China for 35 jobs? That's the problem. Those numbers come from the State Department, not from Van Jones. If after he gave that speech for his inauguration, the first thing he does is approve a pipeline bringing tar sands through America, the first thing that pipeline runs over is the credibility of the president on his climate policy. If he honestly believes that this pipeline, which will be a huge part of his legacy, is a good thing, he should call it the Obama tar sands pipeline. He should call it that. He should go, he should stand there for the ribbon cutting. They should have a big neon sign over it saying this is the Obama tar sands pipeline, and he should stand by it. But if he has any pause in doing that, he shouldn't do it.
You might be, Van, I know you support the president, you worked for the president, but in the coming weeks, maybe months, you might be deeply disappointed if he goes forward. That's what I hear you say. This is why you have presidents, so you don't have bureaucrats doing dumb stuff. Presidents should step up and lead. The Obama tar sands pipeline should not be the legacy of a president that gave that speech.